MRP, say it drew election time. Na amanyo kubia pray. Nti ne obeka bia ama nipa akoma adane ama eno na obeka. Nti entra now they film. No cry now they film. Ya de frafra. No cry no ho yenka. Na ya de intro film. Na
Wow, look. So you know that what you're sharing, what you're saying, what you're promising, what you say you deliver, you know some of them are lies, mere lies. But because you're looking for the power, you say them. And then there are people who believe you because they look at you and they're like, oh, Charlie, this is supposed to be a credible person. So when the person is promising me A, B, C, and D, I need to believe in it and accept it and, let's say vote for the person. Well, you are telling us lies.
Dave, you see, let me pick one policy from each of the parties. Bamia in his bold solution says that they'll do EV cars. Dave, I have a master's in energy. Now, Dave, when you go to the Netherlands, the country that have successfully implemented EVs, they don't rely on fossil fuels. They rely on green energy, wind, solar, and all that. What is Ghana's renewable energy capacity now?
No, very low.
Dave, if a bus is traveling from Accra to Tamale, they will do over 500 kilometers, right? Where are the charging ports? Do you have charging ports in this country?
Oh, no. I have not heard of.
So you see, it is not something that can be done in 4 years. But it's a bold solution. And we have to agree.
But you plan towards it.
Dave, I'm coming. And we have to agree. When the president gave the waiver for the 7 years electric cars have been, Dave, how many electric cars have you seen in this country? We don't have the system to be able to run. Because Dave, you see, yesterday my light went off for about 4 hours, chemistries, right? Even the fossil fuels we are relying on to power our homes and everything, we are struggling. So how much more cars? Mahama too says women what National Development Bank.
But so if they make those audacious promises, why don't we scrutinize them and flip them at the back?
Let me finish there because they said I'm only blaming Bamia. When you do that, Mahama also said they will do Women Interest Bank or whatever, National Bank. Dave, when did you create NIB? Have you seen the troubles of the NIB? Have you seen their books recently? We created Agri Development Bank. How many loans has ADB given to SMEs in the agri value chain?
Farmers, yeah.
In the agri value chain. So why don't we take commercial bank, a unit dedicated towards the affairs of women? But we are coming to create a whole bank.
I remember there was this Women's World Banking not too long ago here in Ghana. Oh. I don't know where the Women's World Banking is. So the point is, I'm away group.
MRP, say it drew election time. Na amanyo kubia pray. Nti ne obeka bia ama nipa akoma adane ama eno na obeka. Nti entra now they film. No cry now they film. Ya de frafra. No cry no ho yenka. Na ya de intro film. Na
ya de frafra. Adane frafra. So shine your eye, you shine your eye.
He's being honest about it. So.
Shine your eye. No, but Charlie, how many people would have heard this? How many people would have heard this? And when you listen to some of the promises that are being made to us this time around, I mean, Leo, I have told you, shared some with you, where, for example, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says people are taking their containers through Togo. Yes. And because of that, when he comes, he's going to make sure that Ghana's import duties is going to be same as Togo or even below that of Togo. I mean, how do you believe such a thing? But trust me, there are people who would hear it, believing it, and based on that,
vote for you.
Exactly,
Dave, that's why, you see, the reason why our politicians always try to tinker with our education system is that, Dave, you see, there's this French phrase, "Ekojusuma or something like that. It basically means that how I think is how I am. Dave, when you read about the African independence struggle, for example, the white men, what they did most was to capture our minds. So they made you believe that a mirror is worth more than a gold. Before we realize, Dave, so
somebody sends me a message and the person is saying that, am I sure Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said that?
But he said it.
Listen to the voice. Listen to the voice.
Togo, Omo duty, the form chain Ghana duty. And yes, sir. 80 million, 80 society, Nipa Bebre, Omo the container Echo Togo. No more Kotuya Omo duty, no more smuggling, Sani Emana Bagana. Now you're duty. 80 million policy for Eba. Ghana duty cannot be higher than Togo duty.
All right.
Dave. Man, oh, you see, Dave, some of these things it's avoidable because Dave, you see, you've taken people through a certain tax regime for 8 years. You are now seeking their mandate, and you tell them that the Togo one is higher. So what have you done about the Ghanaian situation?
But he doesn't take the final decisions. I mean, he says he's a driver's mate.
So don't comment about because for me, if you make that excuse of a mate, yes, do I agree with you in principle? You don't take executive decision. You are the head of the economic management team. Dave, if something should happen at the police council today, yes, the president bears ultimate responsibility, but we also blame the vice president. He, per the constitutional dictate, chairs the police council, so he cannot entirely exonerate himself from what. Exactly my issue. Obligatory taxes for 8 years. Was in a board in our bar and I bet it too good. Yes, man. Oh, this thing that you're saying, Dave, is it correct? Is it correct? It's not fair.
All right. That was total recall.
I'm repeating, you know, say it drew election time. Na amanyo kubia pray. Nti ne obeka bia ama nipa akoma dane ama eno na obeka. Nti entra now they firm. No cry now they firm. Ya de frafra no kra no ho yanka na ya de intro fam na.
All right, so that was total recall.